is hard to do.
It's so unfair.
Sometimes even deadly.
Jealousy is the main motivator of murder.
Unfulfilled dreams drive a girl to the unthinkable.
It was just a mounting fury.
Envy turns best friends into lethal enemies.
They took something away from me that I can never have again.
I love you.
And an infatuated teen wants her love at any cost.
The jugular vein was shredded to ribbons.
These teenagers harbor resentments that make them deadly delinquents. In 1984, in the affluent suburb of Orinda, California. Cheerleader tryouts are in full swing at Miramonte High School. Competition is fierce for the prized squad positions.
And Severson, you're up.
Cheerleading in those days was a terribly important status for young girls.
Okay, Kirsten, you're up. Is that Kirsten?
At the top of her game, 15-year-old Kirsten Costas.
Ready? Okay. Nothing's gonna stop us. You know just what I mean. We're gonna fire up.
Just a spirited young girl.
They're starting to get lazy. They're starting to mess up.
She has tremendous self-confidence.
We can fix up.
Everyone wanted to be like Kirsten.
Go team!
No one more than 15-year-old classmate Bernadette Protti.
Okay, Bernadette, you're next.
Bernadette aspired to be a cheerleader because it was a way for her to become part of the most popular group, she thought.
Ready? Okay. Nothing's gonna stop us. You know just what I mean. We're gonna fire up and beat the other team.
She was never satisfied with her status.
They're starting.
She always felt she was inadequate.
We're gonna keep on fighting until we win the cup.
Bernadette craves acceptance and admiration, something being a cheerleader could bring her.
It was a way of saying, you have arrived. You are now anointed one of the popular girls. Kirsten Costas became a cheerleader, and Bernadette Protti did not.
It is a crushing blow for the young teenager.
Was basically in her mind or psyche that she was inferior, that she didn't measure up.
For a lot of teenagers, the most important thing in their life is what's going on now and their peer group.
Bernadette receives another blow when she doesn't make the yearbook committee.
Plenty of girls didn't make it. She's not the only one who didn't make it. But for her, it was pretty devastating. It was a double whammy.
At least you're still in the Baba ranks. Nobody cares about being a Bobby anymore, Jody. It's about being on the yearbook that matters now. And about being a cheerleader. I so wanted to be a cheerleader, Jody. I tried so hard.
I know you did, Bern.
Bernadette starts to blame one person for her failures.
My mom got it for me.
The class queen, Kirsten Costas.
It's so unfair. She has everything and I have nothing.
She even takes offense at her rival's offhand comments.
Oh my God, whose are these? I think they're due for retirement.
We can't all be rich and perfect, Kirsten.
I didn't mean it like that, Bernadette.
Probably innocent enough, but Bernadette really took that as someone putting her down and made her feel very inadequate.
Whatever she tries, Bernadette can't compete with Kirsten.
I think Kirsten was a symbol of what she wanted to be but couldn't be. And I think it bothered her terribly.
There's resentment brewing that is bound to explode.
Perhaps she thought if she eliminated Kirsten, all would be well.
In 1984, 15-year-old high school freshman Bernadette Protti is consumed with jealousy.
Kirsten was the girl who she really wanted to be, and I think it was just a mounting fury.
Her rival is Kirsten Costas.
It's so unfair.
But she won't be a rival for long. Bernadette starts with a trap, pretending to be a member of Kirsten's sorority.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Costas. This is a friend of Kirsten's from the Bobbies.
I'm afraid Kirsten isn't here right now.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. I just wanted you to let her know that we're having a top secret initiation dinner on Saturday night. And can you tell her that we'll pick her up from her place at 6 p.m.?
Bernadette invites her to a dinner.
All right, then.
No one fears foul play.
Mrs. Costas, goodbye.
I don't think it ever occurred to the Costases that it was anything other than a surprise invitation and that their daughter would probably have a great time.
Kirsten Costas will soon find out there is no dinner party.
What the hell are you stopping here for? Because I want to talk. Just
There was no meal. The only thing on the menu was murder.
why aren't we friends, Kirsten? I mean, I try so hard with you.
I thought we were friends.
Well, then why do you always treat me like I'm a weirdo?
Never thought you were a weirdo until tonight.
I am not a weirdo! This is going nowhere. No!
For the first time, Kirsten realizes her classmate is obsessed with her. But now she is trapped in an unfamiliar suburb.
Kirsten ran to a house and sought help from complete strangers.
What is the problem?
Oh, my friend's got all weird on me. Oh, can I please come in and use your phone? Oh, please!
He seemed very upset, so the gentleman of the house decided that he would offer to take her home.
But Kirsten's parents aren't home.
Thank you so much for driving me
Oh,
home.
you're welcome. You think your parents will be home soon?
I hope so.
Why don't I wait here till you get inside safely?
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
And Bernadette is one step ahead of them.
Appeared to be a teenage girl, came out of the bushes, and he thought initially it was a fist fight.
The Good Samaritan doesn't see Bernadette's knife. Not realizing Kirsten is fatally wounded, he pursues the attacker.
We'd followed her for some distance.
And midway, he thought, wait a minute, I have to go back and see what happened to Kirsten.
A neighbor has already found the dying teen.
The way that Bernadette killed Kirsten, repeatedly stabbing her, shows how out of control her jealousy and rage was.
I can't stop the blood.
Bernadette was in a lot of pain, and she thought killing Kirsten would end that pain.
It's a shocking crime that terrifies the middle-class neighborhood.
It had to have been someone who was in a drug-induced haze. It had to have been an outsider, because people in Orinda didn't do things like this. They didn't have a motive. I mean, no one could make sense of it.
No one, not even the Good Samaritan, suspects Kirsten's young classmate. For 6 months, Bernadette keeps her secret until she can no longer live with her guilt.
Bernadette was leaving for school, so she just told her mother, well, there's a note on the counter for you that will explain this.
She can't bear to speak the truth, so she writes it.
I've been able to live with it for a while, but I can't ignore it. I'm even worse than words can describe, and I hate myself. Don't ask why, because I don't understand this, and I don't know why. I'm sorry.
In March 1985, 16-year-old Bernadette Protti is found guilty of second-degree murder. She is sentenced to a maximum of 9 years in the California Youth Authority. Her quest for popularity destroys Kirsten and her parents' memories.
Kirsten's mother would tell me that she couldn't hear another girl laugh or couldn't see other kids without crying. And I'm sure that lasted for years, if not forever.
At 23 years of age, after 7 years in custody, Bernadette is released. She now lives under a new identity. When a popular teenager is murdered.
Probably one of the most notorious murder cases in the 1980s.
Friends vow to find the killer.
And it was based on a slow, burning jealousy.
You really think I would try and steal your boyfriend?
They won't have to look very far.
The murderer was sitting right next to my mom.
In Orinda, California, in the early 80s, 3 teen girls share everything.
This is our Priscilla prom queen. We used to play with it when we were 8. Do you remember?
She was our favorite. We both wanted to be prom queens.
They played with the same dolls. They swang on the same swings.
It's like you got little flesh-colored underwear on.
They slept over at each other's houses. And they even basically shared each other's mothers as nurturing moms in the community.
I can see her in that dress, too. Yeah.
Growing up on the same street, Missy Avila and Karen Severson think of each other as sisters.
Karen was at my house every day, or my sister was at her house every day.
Oh, I love this song.
Laura Doyle lives just around the corner.
Laura came in the scene, I would say, maybe starting junior high. They were all very close friends. Usually when you have a best friend, you have one, but it was them 3.
At 15, life takes them down very different paths when Karen becomes a single mom.
I want one. Here, take mine.
They were still friends, but they weren't as close as they used to be.
So worth it now, right?
Easy for you to say.
My sister started hanging out with different people, doing her own thing.
You can't smoke around a baby.
Missy is footloose and carefree. Karen's world is baby, bottles, and resentment.
You make a better mom than me.
You're fine.
By the time they were 16, Missy Avila had become a swan, so to speak, and Karen was less successful.
Hey, do you think this dress is too short?
No, it's fine.
Really?
Once, Karen and Laura would have been happy for Missy. But in their teen years, it's different.
There were mounting jealousies, particularly with Missy's beauty and her charm and her boyfriends.
That was the root of the problem with Missy and Karen and Laura.
I think Laura and Karen did not know how to deal with the feelings they had for Missy.
We're gonna go.
Their feelings were changing from childhood friendship love to something else.
Missy.
Coming.
Things escalate when Laura and Karen accuse Missy of trying to steal their boyfriends.
She's so two-faced. It's like she's got one personality for us and another one for them.
She's so fake it makes me sick.
Bitch, why are you always flirting with my boyfriend?
Hey, it's fine. We're just talking.
Shut up.
You really think I would try and steal your boyfriend? As if I would ever do that. We know you slept with Victor.
But no, I didn't.
She was very hurt. She was very sad.
Two-faced bitch. I'll never trust you again.
There were real strong animosities emerging, and threats, too.
You gonna cry?
Aww, wow, wow,
Oh,
wow.
boo-hoo.
The childhood bond is broken. But Karen and Laura are planning one last play date.
Laura said that she wanted to pick up Missy to hang out and to make amends, I guess. And my mom and Missy talked about it, and Missy said, yeah, it's good.
Bye. Bye, where are you going? Stoner's Park.
My sister ran to the car and then came back and told me and my mom that she loved us.
I love you guys.
My mom's like, you're crazy, just go and do whatever you're gonna go do.
Have fun.
She said, okay, I'll see you later.
Missy thinks the three girls will be together again, like the happy times they shared for a decade. Missy's wrong.
I don't think Missy ever had any idea the danger she was in from her friends.
In Arrieta, California, childhood memories are being torn apart by teenage jealousy. 17-year-old Missy Avila can have any boy she wants.
Hey, do you think this dress is too short?
Her lifetime girlfriends, Karen and Laura, can't stand the competition. On October 1st, 1985, the rivalry will end.
Wait here.
Oh, look. It's the little slut.
What did you say? She called you a slut. That's what you are when you sleep with all the boys in school.
I already told you guys I didn't touch any of them. Get out of
I think when Laura and Karen took Missy out to the park that day, they were planning on killing her.
Wasn't enough to just screw around. You had to sleep with Victor. I didn't sleep with anyone. I swear.
So full of crap.
Karen has brought her roommate along.
You're scum. You betrayed your friends and you're gonna pay. No,
Yeah,
I swear.
and this is how.
But she wants none of the violence and flees.
The attack by Laura and Karen on their friend Missy was not only brutal, it was humiliating.
Wait, no.
We had tried to degrade her and torture her a little bit.
You're not gonna get the boys anymore, are
As if to destroy her beauty and her charm,
Get her into the water.
to rub her out.
Put her in. Get her in there. Sleeping with Victor.
She ended up face down in the stream, beaten and abused, and drowned in 8 inches of water.
Let's put that log on her.
Missy only weighed like 90 pounds, and the log was like over 100 pounds. They put the log on there to finish the job.
Missy's mom expects her daughter to come home, elated.
Hello. Hi, Mrs. Avila.
Instead, she receives a strange call.
Is Missy there? Missy? No, I thought she was with you. Yeah, she was. But I had to go get some gas, and when I got back, she was gone. Gone where? I don't know. That's what I told her.
3 days later, hikers discover Missy's body.
Hey, Jim.
Oh, my God.
Somebody had beaten her rather severely.
All right, we should tell the cops, man.
She had actually drowned in the stream, so she was alive when she was put there.
That evening, a police car showed up with 2 detectives, and they came in.
Did you find her?
And I just remember, sorry. Me being in the room and hearing my mom scream.
Karen twists the knife even deeper.
Missy used to hold my hand all the way home from school.
She moves in with her victim's family, as if taking Missy's place.
And then we used to talk on the phone all night.
I remember that. I could never get a line out. And that stopped. And this one starts.
Oh.
So much of betrayal.
You have a girlfriend?
No. There's a lot of hate that I feel towards her for doing that. There's no really words for it. To know that a person can be like that and do that.
Missy's favorite meal. She loved roast chicken.
The murderer was sitting right next to my mom during that whole time.
But not everyone is fooled. The police immediately suspect Missy's girlfriends.
Well, best friends quite often kill best friends. And the manner in which the little girl was put into the stream, and especially the cutting of the hair, it just all seemed to fit together right at the beginning.
But without any solid evidence, the police can't act. Then, 3 years later, another death prompts a confession from the only eyewitness, Karen's roommate.
Her brother had recently committed suicide. The grief she felt, she knew that we were feeling all these years.
Everybody knows, everybody!
And that Laura and Karen should not be able to get away with it. She reported them, and they immediately made the arrest.
In 1989, Karen Severson and Laura Doyle are convicted of murder in the second degree. Both are sentenced to 15 years to life. So far, parole has been denied.
When Karen and Laura killed Missy, it wasn't on a whim. It wasn't blind, uncontrollable rage. It was a slow, burning jealousy.
For Karen and Laura, childhood friendship proved no match for teenage angst.
I would ask them why. Why did this all happen? What gave you the right to take her life? I despise them. They took something away from me that I can never have again.
When first love goes wrong.
Why are you even with her?
The thought of losing him was, quite frankly, unbearable.
I know you're there!
A person can be hurt, scarred.
Nothing was going to stand in her way.
Sometimes even murdered.
She wasn't a friend, she wasn't an enemy, she was just a young woman who had something that she wanted.
It's the spring of 1998. In the seaside city of Perth, Western Australia, where young love is on the rocks.
Why won't you talk to me?
I'm done talking. All we do is talk.
The least you can do is give me an explanation.
You're too possessive. You go crazy over any girl I...
19-year-old Mike breaks up with his girlfriend,
Because I love you.
18-year-old Kelly Fuller.
No, Kelly. I can't do this.
He had left her because she was too possessive.
You go crazy over...
She
any girl
had
I
trouble,
look at.
obviously, accepting that it was over.
It's over.
Don't say that, it's not over.
But Kelly has a weakness, a possessive nature.
It's not over.
She was always needing to be the centre of some big drama and attracting sympathy and those sorts of things.
I can't live without you.
Kelly is known for her demanding nature.
Crazy bitch.
When a rageful person destroys their lover's property, it's a sign that things could get worse. For me, I'd get out of town.
Wanting a quieter life, Mike Bloom moves on.
This is supposed to be the cutest snack dog baby I've ever seen.
To 15-year-old Jessica Lang, a carefree, down-to-earth girl.
I'll get you for that.
That's what I'm hoping.
The snaps.
He was the DJ at the roller skating rink, and she had a job in the cafe there, so they got to know each other that way.
But Mike's flirting attracts unwanted scrutiny from his ex.
When she realised that he'd begun to see Jessica, that seemed to make her want him back more.
Mike, please answer the phone. Answer the phone. Answer the phone!
She was enraged,
Just answer the phone!
and she was not willing to accept it.
I think Kelly had a neurotic need to be desired and loved by boys. Reasoning and logic never entered into Kelly's thoughts.
I know you're there!
That maybe Mick might just be a blip on the radar screen of her life. For Kelly, it was all right now, all-consuming. There was no future without Mick.
What Kelly doesn't know is Jessica isn't actually a rival at all.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey. What are you up to?
Guess what?
What?
I got the hairdressing apprenticeship.
She is more interested in her new apprenticeship than any boyfriend.
So, does that mean I get free cakes from now on?
We'll see.
She was thinking about hairdressing, partying, family, all those things that are important to a 15-year-old teenager, not the last girlfriend.
So they all went to the movies last night with my friends and no one even invited me. Did Janet go? Oh, yeah, Janet
But
went.
Kelly's only interested in Jessica,
It wasn't even enough for her to take my boyfriend.
the girl who stands in the way of her deepest desire, Mike.
Hey, there they are.
She was determined to get him back, and she got it fixed in her mind that if she got Jessica out of the picture, then he would be hers.
That stupid bitch. I'll kill her.
It's unfortunate that none of Kelly's friends took her seriously when she said she wanted to kill Jessica. Sadly, no one did anything about it.
She's a child. You're a child and you're a slut. Come here. Your shorts are a little bit short, sweetie. Slut.
Teenage breakups are painful and common.
You have slut written on your head. Don't ignore me.
Eventually, most people move on.
I came here to talk to you.
But in Perth, Western Australia, in September 1998, it won't end that way.
It's just a normal spring day in Perth. Nobody except whatever was going on in the mind of Kelly Fuller had any idea that it was going to be a different day to the day before.
Kelly Fuller has lost her boyfriend and blames 15-year-old Jessica Lang.
Hi. Do you have a minute? No, I don't have a minute for you. Oh, because I really just wanted to talk.
She wore white gloves. Now, this was a hot, steamy, stormy afternoon. You wouldn't wear a long-sleeve shirt, let alone a pair of gloves.
Jessica is home alone, but has no fear of Kelly until it is too late.
Is that a hickey? Yeah.
Kelly was in a great deal of pain, emotional and psychic pain.
That's disgusting. I would never let him do that to me.
Yeah? Well, he never loved you anyway.
She was destroying the source of the pain. Or so she thought.
What are you doing? Oh my God! What are you doing?
She had been stabbed so many times that her jugular vein was shredded to ribbons. There was just blood everywhere.
This speaks to the rage and blind, out of control, anger, I will destroy you thoughts that were going on in Kelly's head.
Do you want to tell?
If you were to just stop for a moment and imagine what it would be like to physically stab someone 47 times. That is an extraordinary act. Jessica was 15. She was still a child.
Kelly goes home, cleans up, and returns to the scene.
She tried to cover her tracks. She broke a back window to make it look like a burglary gone wrong.
Next, she ditches the murder weapon, but makes the mistake of including a friend.
What are you doing with that?
Getting rid of it.
Getting rid of it?
Yeah. I'm gonna go and put it down the drain.
Why?
When teenagers commit murder, they usually get caught rather quickly.
Jess!
It's because they lack the sophistication and experience with life and knowledge to get away with as serious a crime as murder.
When Jessica's father discovers the bloody scene, it doesn't take long for Kelly's friend to put 2 and 2 together.
I know who killed Jessica Lang. It was Kelly Fuller.
One of Kelly's friends rang the police and said, I know who's done this because I helped her dispose of the knife.
She rolled it up in a tea towel and threw it down the drain. Do you know where this drain is? Yes, I can show you.
It was pretty quickly after that that they took her into custody.
In February 2000, Kelly Fuller is convicted of murder and sentenced to life with a minimum of 11 years.
11 years is all Kelly Fuller has to pay for taking the life of a young 15-year-old with her whole life in front of her. She wasn't a friend, she wasn't an enemy, she was just a young woman who had something Kelly thought she wanted.
What Kelly did at a very, very early point in her life does not bode well for her future. Kelly's right where she needs to be. She needs to be in prison so that society can be safe from her. Sad, but true.
These teenagers' emotions drove them to murder. Bernadette Protti's jealousy was deadly for her rival. Envy led Karen Severson and Laura Doyle to torture their closest friend. And Kelly Fuller's obsession cost an innocent young girl her life. These killers weren't deadly women. They were deadly delinquents.